Hello everyone, Captain Spidey Fist here, and I'm going to be making a top 10 favorite Pokemon from Generation 1. And this might make some people upset because I know that whenever I watch one of these videos and my favorite Pokemon isn't on it, I immediately am like, what is this person doing? So if you feel that way after seeing this video, feel free to drop a comment in the section below. Tell me what Pokemon should have made this list. But I've chosen these Pokemon not based off of competitive viability or anything like that, but just solely off the impact that the Pokemon had on me, whether I liked their design, maybe the reason that I chose them, or just really just how I feel about the Pokemon in general, because I really don't play that much of the competitive side, and I just love Pokemon. I love all the Pokemon, except for a few that I think aren't really Pokemon, and it's probably the ones that you would not expect. Also, I don't have any legendaries in this list because I think that I need to make a list of legendaries, because they deserve their own list, because there's so many of them now, and there's so many amazing designs that I just don't want to rank them against the other Pokemon in the Pokédex. So these aren't in any particular order unless I'm like, hey, this is the one, but these are my top 10 favorite Pokemon. So we're going to start off with Scyther. I love the design. I loved seeing him in the anime and like in the movies and stuff like that. I love Scyther so much, and I'm not a fan of Scizor, and I know I might get some flack for that, so I always throw an Eviolite on my Scyther just because I just love Scyther's design. And I've heard a leak, rumor, going around that we're supposed to be getting a Bug Dragon. And if you ask me, this should have been the first Bug Dragon. He looks like a little raptor dragonfly. I don't know. I love his design. I love this Pokemon. Next is going to be Aerodactyl. So I was a big-time dinosaur kid, right? I loved dinosaurs. I still love dinosaurs. So it's so cool that I have a 5-year-old who loves dinosaurs as well, because it's like I get to experience all of that all over again as I watch him grow and become so much like me. It's crazy, so much like me. But I just love Aerodactyl. You get him pretty late in the game in Gen 1. You have to wait till you can take that old Amber and you can turn that into a Pokemon. And you get Aerodactyl, and then you got to train him up. But once you do train him up, he's quick and he's strong. And I just really, really like the design. Now we're going to talk about Kabutops. Now, Kabutops was the fossil that I first chose. And he is the fossil that I choose every time now. I never choose Ammonite, Amistar. And I know that there's a huge community out there that really, really likes Amistar, but I don't know. I think Kabutops' design looks so sick, and I've always thought that he just looks like a ancient version of Scyther, because they have kind of similar design. They have like a similar build. They have the scythe arms, so I just really like Kabutops. Next Pokemon is going to be Jolteon. This is my favorite evolution. It's been my favorite evolution since day one. I love Jolteon. I love the design. I love how it looks. It's fast. In the Pokemon Stadium game, I always made sure that I got the rental Jolteon. He or she had just so much energy, and it was such a fun little Pokemon. I really, really liked Jolteon. Next is Poliwhirl, and I'm sure a lot of you are scratching your heads, but Poliwhirl makes this list because I remember as a kid being with the youth group, going to Pizza Hut, and I got a little Poliwhirl toy out of the little 25-cent vending little gotcha machines, right? And I don't know, I think it was an eraser figure, right, where you put it on your eraser, the little eraser guard. And I had that thing with me everywhere, so I will always have a spot in my heart for Poliwhirl. I love Poliwhirl. Arcanine is the goodest boy. I love this Pokemon. He looks so great. I don't know, I feel like this is just such an iconic Pokemon, set to be one of the third legendaries, and then they ended up scrapping the idea, just putting him in the game, and then putting Moltres in. So, I don't know, this is a great looking Pokemon, and one of my personal favorites. Next is going to be Charizard, right? The OG fire starter. And I, like everyone else who just really, really loves Charizard, the first time that I saw the design on the box art, right? I was like, whoa, this thing looks so cool. And then I asked some friends, and I was like, "Hey, which one's the fire dragon?" And they told me Charmander. I got Charmander. I raised him up, and you have such a difficult time. If you really want to play the game on hard mode, you choose Charmander to start because you really got to catch some Pokemon. You really got to train them up in order to be able to take down Brock once you reach him. Next is going to be Lapras. So I believe you get Lapras from like the Silphco building, maybe. Somebody is going to give you a Lapras in Pokemon Red, and you get the Lapras, and then it is such a great looking Pokemon. It looks kind of ancient, you know, kind of looks like a plesiosaur with the turtle shell, and I really, really, really love this Pokemon. It is what I think, honestly, is one of the best designed Pokemon, and I absolutely love its Gigantamax form with the little musical notes of ice floating around it. Love this Pokemon. And this is actually one of the ones that I will always use because it's real tanky. And whenever I play against my other friends, I throw out this Lapras, and a lot of the times they just kind of like gloss over it and try to just hit it with something real quick. And then they realize that it's not going down. And then I throw out Perish Song on them, and whenever I see that I'm getting real close to being knocked out, and it just messes up everything. But like I said, I'm not really a competitive player, but I do love this Pokemon. I love this Pokemon so much. Next is going to be Gyarados, the atrocious Pokemon, or Gyarados, or however you're supposed to say it. I've always just said Gyarados. And, you know, you carry around your Magikarp in your party for a while, and it is worthless. And especially in Gen 1, where you can get experience share for a while, so you have this Magikarp, and you're constantly have to change it out of battle in order to level it up. But once you do, and you get Gyarados, you just get this monster. And it is one of my favorite water types just because of its brute strength. It's such a cool Pokemon, and it has this great design. I know a lot of people get mad about newer Pokemon, like, hey, well, it's overly designed, you know, it's got too much going on. But look at this thing, like, look at the amount of detail that goes into it, all the different scales on its back and stuff like that. You got, like, those the big fins. I don't know, there's a lot going on in this Pokemon, and I really, really like it. I do like the water flying dual typing makes it to where, like, you kind of got to be careful with it. But I really, really like this Pokemon. And then, my favorite Pokemon of all time is Dragonite. I love this thing. Dragonite is so great. I love Dragonite. I love its design. I love that it is the first pseudo-legendary. It is the original dragon Pokemon. So, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Make sure to ring that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the things that I'm doing. But I am Captain Spidey Fist, and I'm out of here.